so we've not researched stack conserves while it's gone, so we'll just wait on that for a little bit. Okay, so the edge is here. So we probably want like something like one more here. Just expand the rail lines, and we're gonna create an input to the thing here. Actually, I'm also just gonna like go up there and mark, so we can see on the mini map where the edge of this is. No. You get so much just stone in inventory in these desert biomes because they have so much rocks. And it's just like, yes, I have stone. I get it. Can't get rid of this stuff fast enough. Alright, so let's just mark the edge of this. And actually some of these we don't even need. Oh, wow, no, don't start making. Don't start making. And that's one way to mark the edge of it. Just forget to turn off your bots before you mean to. Wait, that ain't you. No. Left-handed or right-handed trains? They are right-handed trains. I do that not for mostly the reason of that is what most other people's blueprints will be, and just for increased compatibility. I also like it that the signals are on the outside of the track, not the inside of the track, which is just more intuitive to me. Alright, let's set our rail line to like come off like on right here. Just move. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. Right. Also, let us have it upgrade all of you to you. We need better powers. Alright. And you'll come down here. Oh, we got research to do. What else again isn't that useful? Insert capacity bonus. Oh, that's very nice. We want that. We want our stack inserters to not be bad. 0.16, it's not hard to learn. Like, some of the UI stuff takes some getting used to, but like the changes are not radical. It's not like when they like did the science update and added a ton of new science. Like, if anything, it's like kind of easier because like they made early science a lot more intuitive. Not early science, early oil a lot more intuitive. So go in here. Let's go drop off some stone because we have way too much stone. Oh, we also need a signal all of these. We'll do that when we actually add the stack inserters. Yeah, granted, this is Vanilla Plus, so this is not pure 1.7. We have so much down. So it's not 1.7, but Yeah, it's like, honestly, the 1.7 like quality of life stuff is so nice. Like the copy paste functionality, like the upgrade planner is just super nice, and just like it's yeah, no, it's I could not go back to playing 1.6, honestly. Like I would tear my eyes out. Okay, maybe not that far, but it would be rough. Okay, so we want to make stack inserters. I'm not gonna worry about making stack filter inserters. Like, technically, you really should have the unloading of your trains be stack filter inserters, but I take pretty good care to make sure that like my building trains and stuff don't go to those stations. I don't have it. I'm not in a situation where it's like, oh, I also use my my personal like whatchamacallit? How do you say words? Like my freight stations as also my personal stations. I am not about that life. Right, you want more power poles? Here you go. And we need some red, whatchamacallit's up there. Let's just go up over here. Also, let's say, hey, also you, right, so, and stack limit that. Right, so that'll give us stack inserters. And honestly, do I want to keep normal inserters in my bar? Honestly, no. Like, I know it is more power efficient, but inserters are never one of your biggest power drains. Like, this just isn't an issue. Let's grab some stack inserters and say, hey, this is what our new thing is. So I needed more belts. And I can use some undergrounds. Use more loaders. And we'll need 3 more. Actually, okay, for the coal of this one, we can just use a storehouse. We don't need a full warehouse. But we do want a warehouse, 2 warehouses for one for iron and one for copper. You're all making. We'll need a ton of stack inserters, and you know what? Actually, you probably should hold up like a stack of 4 stacks, because you need a lot of stack inserters when you use your stack inserters. You never use just like a small number of stack inserters. Right, so I'm not gonna build a station on the side because it's just like we already have one just like right over there, and it's also really close to the station, so it's not a huge issue. So let's just build quickly this little coal station. And we'll have you just turn around. I'm just having this be as compact as possible because I need to do the other stations. Do. And we'll just actually have the station be here. This could be coal drop off at bus green circuits. Like, realistically, we shouldn't have this. We can just run the main coal line over. That would make a lot more sense. Too much sense, I might even say. Yeah, let's just have our bots do this. our capacity bonus is almost done. That's good. Oh wait, this is an important one because it also gives us our non-stack inserters a capacity bonus, which is very nice. It means just like all of our normal run-of-the-mill servers, they are twice as good. As well as giving our stack inserters being better, which they also need to be better because they're kind of important. Is Reacher Q vanilla or plus? That is actually vanilla now. By default settings, it is available in 1.7 after you launch a rocket, but at world creation, you could say like, hey, do you want research queue available at the beginning? And you can. So, yeah, research queue. They just, honestly, one thing I really love about the Factorio dev team is that they look at like, they do a good job of looking at like, what is the like most common quality of life mods that people are adding. And like, let's just make this a bit of vanilla feature, because it's like, if this is like an auto include for so many mod packs, it really should be a vanilla feature. Alright, so okay, so coal is set up. We need a actually let's reconnect the main line here, up to the top, which means we should probably grab you. Hey, go to bus oil because that's where we're gonna be in a bit. And actually like adding them in, so like things like that, things like the upgrade planner. And one thing that's really nice about the upgrade planner over the upgrade planner mod is that things still function when they're being queued for an upgrade, which is just very nice. One thing nice about doing this before we actually like hook up all the resources is that like we can just like run over lines and not have our inventory filled with junk. And it's at the cost of like, it's sometimes hard to figure out what the lines actually are, but it's fine. Oh yeah, like to like be like, hey, you can be like, hey, like instead of like a ghost source, be like, hey, this is what the sign is. Or like belt labeling. Like be like, hey, say this belt, because it's like things like picker can like, if you have picker belt tools, which is something I don't use just because I find it's thing, but if you like hover over a belt, it'll show you where it goes. Like if you I have picker pipe tools, which does a similar thing, but it'll be like, hey, where does this pipe go? It goes along there. And the belt tools does the same thing, where it can be like, identify what goes on this belt, and you can be like, hey, you can like build with like specify like, hey, this is what goes on that belt. Oh shit. Okay, this whole thing is on the wrong spot. That is what I would call annoying, and it's too over from where it's supposed to be. That's annoying. Alright, we got this. We got this. You know what? Bots, help me. You grab this line while I'm working on it. Okay. We got this. We got this. Okay, now that's where it needs to be. Alright, that was an annoying mistake, but we can fix it. One day we'll have a proper bot army. Alright, so next up, okay, so next is actually setting up those train stations. So, they're all just gonna be 6 long stations, because like the iron needs 4, but it's good, and the copper actually does need 6 full lines. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have like 1 station here, and 1 station on the other side, and then the everything will go accordingly on the side that they're looking for. So we'll just have it reconnect like right here. There we go, and split off there. Actually don't need that there. Alright, so you are going to be copper ore drop off at main bus copper or green circuits. It's verbose, but I'd rather be verbose and specific than accidentally route something wrong. So I'll be there, and let's just figure out the next one, which will be like right coming off right here. Is that how far we went to the other one? Nope, one further. Is that right? Nope, that's the exact same thing I did before. Needed to be there. Is that right? Yes. Okay. Let's just actually just like, right. Copy that whole thing. I guess that would have made more sense to do from the beginning. And yours actually could be iron, which is 0, 140, 255. And you're going to actually be just a slightly different name. Iron or drop off at that. Right. So insert capacity bonus is done. What do we want next? Concrete, we're not really, honestly, we're not building concrete anytime soon. Capacitor banks, we're not really setting up solar yet. Electrolysis, earthworks, we don't need landfill quite yet. Military 2, that unlocks military science packs and some other stuff, and okay, clip explosives we don't need. I would have done this a lot sooner in an actual vanilla game, because grenades are very nice. But we don't actually need any of this stuff immediately. So let's just do something like player movement speed. So from here, we don't actually need to be, we don't need anything else here. So let's just have this just go off. And it will reconnect to oops, that's not how you work. Wait, so it comes in, drops its stuff off, it'll distribute that, and it'll be great. Yeah. Right, so next up we need to, I mean, it's actually getting to the point where we actually want to start looking at actually hooking up mines. I actually think the first part we need to do is not so much mines, but refueling and setting a refueling outpost. And I think that'll actually be the last, like, we're getting close to the end of this episode, and like kind of like doing 3-hour streams is about my sweet spot. So we'll have one more episode where we set up refueling, and then between streams I'll let this AFK a lot and actually like build out all of these arrays and stuff, and yeah, it'll be exciting. Right, so the thing we need is so we're using this. Hey, Matmer47. Thank you for follow. Right. Right, cool. And so this should be the new one, which is the new template, which uses the proper inserters. And because this is the top tier inserter, we'll never have to change these. It's not like Bob's where you will get better stack inserters, and then when you actually want to upgrade everything, you have to change all your inserters. Of course, also with Bob's, it's like you can also get like essentially infinite inserter capacity upgrades, which leads to essentially eventually like normal inserters, if you invest enough science into it, can be essentially function as stack inserters. We do need more nano construction boxes. Right, so all this will go into a... also happened here. Yeah, let's finish signaling this. Well, this isn't exact signaling, because it's like, again, we're not usually really doing proper, how do you say words, parking on these lines, because it's like, we're only going to have one bus, or one train for each of these, because it's the main bus. We don't really care. Okay, so let's set up also the, you, friend... I should know it will work. Like the others, I'm going to aggressively limit this warehouse because we don't need that much. And we don't want it to have so much when we like actually dismantle this, because like this is a place we are going to dismantle. Like, there's no question about that. Let's also just run lines here, power lines here. So it's like we don't want the situation where we have 360,000 iron here. So we're going to just avoid that by not having 360,000 iron there. Alright, so we'll need 2 of them. So we're gonna have 2 things. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 1, 2. One of it just comes up here. Well, wait, no. We can actually just go straight across. And we'll... Now come back down here and do the same thing for the copper. And then we'll run the cross feed lines. Also, we sent this up here and then actually take the train back. Go back to Serval. Alright, so you have 3 lines that will go in here, and then 3 lines that will like wrap around here. So I'm gonna have this one be, like, again, I'm not making these fancy. This is just, hey, are you functional? We need more belts for this. I got basic movement done. And I'll just pick up a military too. Hey, military too. I might as well pick up military science, even though we're not really going to be using military science yet. I mean, we will have military science, but we're not going to build military science to the scale that we're building everything else, because this is a peaceful game, and there's military science we want, so like on our belt sciencing we'll use it, but not for the end game. Right, what am I looking for? Belts and what do I want next? Don't really need ammo, weapons, shooting speed. Concrete, might as well. We're not going to be using that much concrete, but right, let's grab also a bunch of stack inserters. Oh, you just don't have enough gears. Interesting. Where can we fit another gear machine? Alright, we can just like... We can scoot you down. Oh, that's too scooted. Move you here. Oh, excuse me. Another gear and be like, hey, you pick up here, you drop off there. And that goes right. Yep, that goes right. And we'll say, hey, you. Oh man, I love Bob's scissors. They're so dumb. They're great. Okay, so we need more power bolts of each type. I could probably use more splitters. Oh, excuse me. And we probably should use, could use more signals. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and finish this. And let's actually start a little thing that this isn't going to be a permanent one, because I don't always want to be upgrading my fast inserters to stack inserters, because stack inserters are very power hungry. Like, yes, I don't care about the waste of power between like normal inserters and like fast inserters, but stack inserters are a different behemoth. Right, so just set them all to be upgraded. So when we incidentally go by there in the future, it'll upgrade them for us. Oh, we needed more of you. These guys. Right, so you now come up. Come around. And we'll have you... you don't need to be like that. Oh, and that went too far. That's okay. Actually, they can squeeze through there. Which I think we will. Alrighty. Wait, do we, No, we did not actually add those. Cool. Also probably between like streams, I'll probably also signal this because I'll probably do that when I'm actually running through and upgrading all those. Actually, how do we want to do this? Because we can't actually go across all 6, which is unfortunate. Can't do that until we have red belts. So we'll just be a bit ugly. Got this and this. I'll be like, hey, skip there, skip there, skip there, skip there. And you will go here and go there and there and there. Alright, and yeah, so that is essentially we need to build this and also give it trains to actually deliver this ore. It's going to be a mining extravaganza next stream probably, but there's green circuits and essentially all of our bus things, so things are looking good.